I think I'm going to rename this channel Utah Hockey News. Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to my third Utah Hockey Club video talking about their team name and logo saga. Just to recap, my previous two videos, one was talking about the Yeti trademark not happening, and then my last video, I was actually doing a rant on how I was very disappointed with the way this whole process is happening, not getting the trademark and now adding a crappy name like Wasatch in there. And since I uploaded that video, they actually removed Wasatch and swapped it up with Outlaws. So we'll talk about that. I was going to talk about this over the weekend as an updated video, but I waited. Kind of glad I did, because yesterday they leaked 3 kind of generic logos. We'll talk about those. I wasn't really planning on doing any Utah videos, to be honest. I didn't want to do that soon, but had other videos planned last week, and then I decided to do that ranting video. Wanted to do other videos this week regarding my YouTube growth, because I also do talk about how I'm growing my channel. And I also want to do some NFL videos, because I think there's a big game coming up on Sunday that I wanted to post about, but whatever. This is newsworthy. Figured I would do it. I want to throw in my 2 cents like I always like to do. Now, I do want to say I first saw these, I believe, on the Hockey News website late last night, and they were posted originally on Reddit. And I actually did my own versions of making all the logos like better quality as best as I could, sharpening it. But then I also saw that sportslogos.net made their own version. So I'm going to use that. Now, let's just talk about the names first. We have Utah Hockey Club, Utah Mammoth, and Utah Outlaws. Now, that was a name that they recently put back in. You guys know how I feel about the Utah Hockey Club name. I was not a fan of it. It should never be on this list to begin with. I still agree with that. However, I know some people have said, and I believe especially Brody Brazil, he's one of my favorite creators lately, using the Utah Hockey Club name with a Yeti logo, you can get away with that. But it's not really an original thing, because I knew about this a couple years ago, but got reminded about it recently, about the Canadian Football League Winnipeg Blue Bombers. They may be known as the Blue Bombers everywhere, social media, on TV. Officially, legally, they're actually just called the Winnipeg Football Club. We just call them the Blue Bombers. So the only difference is, though, I don't think people can call them the Utah Yeti on TV. They still have to be referred to as the Hockey Club, the Utah Hockey Club. That's the only difference. Mammoth, Utah Mammoth, I've always liked that name. That was one of my top 3 when I was doing the 20 name ranking list. And let's see here. There's Utah Outlaws. I've always said that's a generic name, and obviously comes with a generic logo. We'll talk about the logo in a bit. While Outlaws might be growing on me just a tiny bit, I still want to say that there are teams called Mammoth and Outlaws in the state of Colorado. There's the Colorado Mammoth and also Denver Outlaws. They're different leagues, but they're both lacrosse teams. Not a big deal, because it's a different state, and it's also a different sport. And I don't think anyone really cares about lacrosse that much. Yes, I'm Canadian. Lacrosse is our national sport, but I don't know anyone that plays lacrosse here. It's not a big deal. And also want to say that these videos are all meant to be fun. We're just talking about team names and logos at the end of the day. Nobody really cares. In the long run, what's more important is what happens on the ice. What's on the ice is more important than anything. They can call themselves the Utah Swans, the Utah Flamingos. And if they're performing well on the ice, they win a Stanley Cup, no one's going to care. People are going to say, yep, we're Team Swans. Nobody cares. This is just all for fun. Just want to stress that out, because I don't want people to get upset about what team name they like, and my criticism on, well, the criticism on trademarks, that's important. That's actually a big deal. But at the end of the day, team names and logos and jerseys, they're just meant to be fun. So let's just talk about the logos now. Now, first, people have said that they do look generic. They look like they're done in an EA Sport game. I'm not a video gamer, so I don't know, but I'll take their word for it. I've also seen it mentioned that they're not very colorful. They're mainly black and white with a hint of that baby blue, or I think they call it mountain blue. That is true, but I also remember that the original San Jose Sharks logo is pretty much black and white also. and they just have like the border outline of teal and orange. I'm just saying this off the top of my head, but I'll put it on the screen. And I think people just don't notice it because it's on a teal jersey. So you don't notice that it's just a black and white image of a shark just biting an orange hockey stick, and there's that border around it. But here, because it's on a black jersey, because most likely they are going to be using the same jersey that they're using now, just adding a logo on top. It does look good here on the screen in front of me. Like it does look good. But yeah, it's as far as logos, let me just write the names first. My least favorite, Utah Hockey Club. My second least favorite is Utah Outlaws. And I like Mammoth. However, I still think Utah Squalls would have been a catchy, creative name, original, and still use a Yeti logo. But that's just my opinion. As far as logos, my least favorite would definitely be the Utah Outlaws. It's a generic Outlaws, Bandit, sorry, not Band-Aid, but Bandit, Renegade logo. In fact, it kind of reminds me of the Dallas Renegade from the XFL. They had a logo similar like that. Now, I'm probably just saying that because of the colors, but I've seen many logos like that. It's pretty generic, and maybe these aren't even the final logos anyways. Most likely they're not the final logos. They're probably just sketches. Yeah, Utah Outlaws, I don't like that. I actually thought maybe if they wanted to use Outlaws name, which is slowly growing on me a tiny bit, they could have used a Yeti head logo with a cowboy hat and call themselves an Outlaws. I did some fun AI logos on that. I'll put those on the screen. Maybe you might like that more. Well, I think anyone would like anything that's on that Outlaws one. My second favorite, well, the one in the middle, the one I'm okay with, is the Utah Mammoth one. Now, I've always pictured the Utah Mammoth logo would be face on, but this is a side profile. I mean, it's still good. It's pretty generic. But at the end of the day, though, like when you're named after either an animal or something like that, at the end of the day, like what else are you going to do, right? Like if you do a bulldog, if your team is called the Bulldogs, you're going to put a bulldog on there. And it's going to be like, oh yeah, it looks like a typical bulldog logo, like or a panther or a wildcat. So I get it. Like it's fine. It's okay. It's not wow, but it's good. Now the one I am very, very, very impressed with is the Utah Hockey Club logo. So it just shows you can have a horrible name but a cool logo, and vice versa. But I like this. I mean, I did for the Wasatch logo. I did say tell AI to make it mountain head Yeti logo, but this is way better. Actually, this is way better than the AI version, in my opinion. It literally looks like something that Emily Morgan Creates would make. If you guys don't know who she is, she's on Instagram, but she also has a YouTube channel. I'll link it. She does like these redesigns of team logos, and she likes to put these like hidden Easter eggs of things. Because like here you have like the mountain on top of a Yeti, and then you can also see the state outline of Utah. So it's pretty creative. I like it. It is my favorite, but I still think you can call it something else with that logo and get away with it. Like I said, Utah Squalls, and I know Blizzard's not available, but even Utah Blizzard and use that logo, it would work. You call it Utah Ice, Utah Freeze, even Utah Mountaineers. Anything would be better than Hockey Club. But I really like this logo a lot. I think this would be the winner. Unfortunately, if I was voting, I'm going to vote for Mammoth only because I don't like Hockey Club and I don't care for that Outlaws logo. And that's why I would vote for Utah Mammoth. But if there's a way you can find a real name and use this logo for the Utah Hockey Club, I would definitely be 100% behind it. Hopefully a little bit more colorful. And I do want to say that with these jerseys, I kind of wish Utah would maybe... I'm hoping they do kind of modify it a bit to match whatever jersey they have, because I believe the current jerseys, one of them is going to be a third jersey next season. So you don't want to have the same jersey for the home or away or third, the same design. You want something different. Like I'm not a fan when teams use the same color for their third jersey. So like maybe like baby blue or something on this for the home, although I would prefer baby blue as a third, black home, and white being away. I think that's all I have for this regarding this video. yeah, just my opinion, my 2 cents. I'm glad that Wasatch is not on there, but I kind of hope these are not the final. Well, I'm really hoping Utah Hockey Club does not win, but at the end of the day, who cares, right? It's just all meant to be fun. And if you like this kind of video, please hit the like and subscribe button. I'm trying to hit 500 real soon, and hopefully on the road to 1,000. And hopefully, if you like, I have other videos on this channel ranking stuff, talking about team jerseys and sports logos and stuff. So yeah, if you want to see more of that, hopefully I get to see you on the next one.